Happy Friday, everyone. So I wanted to come on here and just talk about my own personal accomplishment and just share some of the insights I had from that. So I just completed my 90th day of a program that I'm in through my coaching program. And part of that is drinking a gallon of water a day, exercising for an hour a day, reading every day, no alcohol, doing some kind of special nutrition change or habit, writing in a journal every day about personal reflections, and taking a progress picture, taking a gratitude picture. There's a list of things that essentially are designed to change your habits and what you do on a daily basis. So I just completed my 90th day, and I just wanted to share some of my reflections on that and some of my takeaways from completing that. So the first thing I want to talk about is how I've noticed my shift in mindset. So the first 2 weeks, let me start. Before I even started the program, I kind of planned it out because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be sacrificing so much. Let me figure out when the optimal time would be for me to start this, because I don't want to miss out on certain things over the summer. And, I thought about everything that I'd be sacrificing. So before I even started, I kind of prepped myself to even begin the program. So that was one thing. And then when I started, the first 2 weeks, I can definitely say I thought of everything that I was missing out on. So part of what I picked was to not eat any sugar, because sugar is my downfall. It always has been, even through my eating disorder. And even after that, sugar has always been kind of that thing I go to. So that's what I gave up for 90 days. And I say gave up because that's essentially what I felt like in those first 2 weeks, that I was sacrificing everything. I felt like, oh my gosh, this is like an overhaul of everything I'm doing. I'm spending so much time. I'm missing out on things. I wish I could have that ice cream cone. Man, it's really hard to wake up at 5:30 every morning. It's hard to fit all this in and try to be present as a mom and do all the work I'm supposed to. And that was my mindset, I would say, for at least 2 weeks, where I thought of everything I was giving up to complete this program. And fast forward 3 months, now that I'm finishing it and am finishing it today, my mindset has completely shifted. I actually don't even want to go back to the person I was 3 months ago, because I actually like the changes it has caused in me. I feel like I enjoy it now. The things that I did, I feel like it has created such a regimen for me that it has allowed me to kind of be free in many ways. And it also made me realize a lot of things about myself. And one of that, which I find to be just such a personal journey for myself, is that a lot of the behaviors in that program, I never would have even considered doing this program, say 8 years ago or 9 years ago, right after I'd kind of healed or recovered mostly from my eating disorder, because a lot of this would have triggered my eating disorder behaviors. And especially the progress picture, the exercise for an hour a day, and the eating program. Those would have been huge triggers for me with the eating disorder behavior. So I probably would not have even considered doing this, because I would have been fearful that that would have brought me back into some of those places I didn't like to be. But now that I've done these 90 days, I can say not once through those 90 days did I once feel like I wanted to even get back to where I was when I had an eating disorder, or even had a mindset of that. It didn't even cross my mind once. So it really made me realize how much healing has happened within myself over this course of time. And going through something like this, which I can say I've never done something this regimented since I had an eating disorder, it made me realize how much healing has actually occurred, and that I am a different person, and that I don't have to worry about going back to who I was. And that's just so liberating. So I can say that is a huge win for me going through this, because it did kind of cross my mind, is this really a smart thing for me to partake in? because of my history, and especially my compulsive exercise and the nature of my eating disorder. So I just want to say it made me realize that, again, eating disorders, compulsive exercise, all of that is more about mindset than behaviors, because my behaviors were very similar, but my mindset is completely different now than it was 10 years ago. So that was one big takeaway from that. It also made me realize that in 90 days, where I held myself to a very high standard, that if I set the goal, I will achieve it. And I can accomplish anything I put my mind to. So that's a very empowering thing when you put yourself through something that's challenging and you come out on the other side and actually do it. It teaches you a lot about yourself and what you're capable of. And at the end of the day, my reasons were more powerful than my excuses. And to say that it was a linear journey would be completely false, because there were definitely days that were more challenging than others. And days where, it was late at night and I'm trying to get my water down. And, those long days I would put in working and then coming home and trying to get all this stuff in. And, again, trying to raise my 2-year-old son. It was a challenge. And there were days, that I just honestly didn't want to do it. But at the end of the day, I got it done. And, I did not let myself down. I held myself to that standard and I kept it. And it makes you realize that you can trust yourself to do that. And when you can trust yourself, it kind of opens you up to a lot of potential and possibilities and great things to kind of attract to you. So that was another thing. It also made me prioritize myself. So before this, I did exercise, but there were days where I'm like, all right, I need to do this, this, and this. Okay. Let me get all those things done and then I'll exercise. And then it would be so late at night and it just didn't happen. I always had good intentions, but it just kind of fell short of really keeping a regimen and really committing to myself and doing all the things that I knew I should be doing. So now on the other side, and having gone through this, it made me prioritize myself and recognize that, no, I made this commitment to myself and I will complete it and follow through with it and hold myself to that standard and really prove to myself that I am worth it and that I can do it. So again, going through something like that has really taught me how important that is. So the take home of this and kind of what I'm trying to get through is that don't give up on yourself too soon, because even the first few weeks, if they're really tough, which when you're making any kind of positive change in your life, they're going to be tough because we try to stay in this place of comfort. Don't give up on yourself in those first few weeks, because there's gonna be a lot of things that pop into your head that say, just let it go, don't do it, just go back to the way things were. But after going through this for 3 months, 90 days, I can say that I am very, very happy I did not fall into those voices and that I kept going through it. And I can say that now I don't want to go back to who I was 90 days. I'm happy with the habits I've created. I'm happy with the lifestyle changes I've created, and I'm enjoying it now. I enjoy the benefits of it. And it really was a transformation. So no matter what you're going through, stick with it. It will change you for the better, as hard as it is, as uncomfortable as it is. If you commit to something and you follow through with it, your ability to see yourself in a different light is changed tremendously. And what a reward for yourself to have that. So I just wanted to share that message because, again, for myself, I felt like it was a little bit different of a personal journey through this because of my history of an eating disorder and compulsive exercise. So to say that, or rather, it made me realize how it is possible to fully get to a place of feeling good about yourself, even if you've been in a really dark place. And, you can still learn to enjoy exercise, make healthy lifestyle changes, and not feel like you're going to get into a bad place with it. So I wanted to share my story, and I hope that helps to maybe inspire somebody to make a big change and commit to it. So have a great day, and if you have any questions or if you've done something yourself, feel free to send me a DM. I'd love to hear that story. I think when we create our own journey and uplift ourselves, we spread that with everybody else. So I think it's so inspiring when people do accomplish what they set their minds out to do. So feel free to share that. I would love to hear it. Have a great day.